So we were discussing about this DC motor. We'll be continuing with that. So just to summarize this, we considered a DC motor which has which can be modeled like this. So this is the input voltage here, and this is the resistance of the windings over here. Okay, and then you have an inductance, that is because of the core and the coils wound, you have the inductance, and then this is the back EMF. The voltage is produced within the motor because of the supply. Okay, so that is Lenz's law according to that, and the motor produces a torque and an angular velocity, and the rotor has a mass moment of inertia J, and it also has some friction torque, that is C into omega, acting in the opposite direction of the torque produced by the motor. So according to the Kirchhoff's law, we wrote this algebraic sum of all the voltages across the resistor, inductance, and the back EMF. So this is the voltage that is applied, and these three are in negative because these are opposing this. And then we also said this back EMF is nothing but this constant multiplied by the omega. And from the Newton's second law, we know that this is a summation of all the torques is equal to J into theta double dot. So if you write the equation for this, it is the torque produced by the motor is T, and the C omega is the torque, the damping torque, that is because of the friction. And this is the torque due to the applied load. If you attach anything to the motor, then that will be the applied load, but you are not applying any load as of now, so it is 0. And then taking it in the Laplace domain, you write both the equations. So the torque can be written as kT into I. So this constant and this constant are said to be equal, so it is equal to K. And then you just find out what is I of s equal to, and substitute that, you get the output by input. Bring it in the form of output by input. Output is the radians per second, input is the voltage. So if you do that, you get this transfer function finally. So this is what we have done so far. Now, what we'll do is, here in this equation, V of s minus Ks theta of s is equal to I of s into R plus Ls. So in this, what is I of s equal to? In this equation, if you take what is I of s, okay, in this equation, if you write what is I of s equal to, it will be V of s minus K. S theta of s can be written as omega, okay, divided by R plus Ls. Okay, so this equation here, I'm writing it this way: I of s is equal to V of s minus K into S theta of s is written as omega of s divided by R plus Ls. Now, we directly know the transfer function, but if we have to model one by one in the Simulink, so let's see how to do this. Okay, so here, if you have the input is the voltage V of s, okay, and here, in order to get the current, you have to write this equation. Okay, you have to write this equation. So let's do that now. Let's do this. So here in the library browser, take a transfer function. Okay, take the transfer function, and then you need a constant. Okay, take a constant. This is for the, this is to supply the voltage. Okay, this is to supply the voltage, and then what you need to do is you have this V of S over here. Okay, and this is V of S minus K omega S multiplied by this 1 divided by R plus Ls. Okay, this is in the denominator. So if you take it over here, it is 1 divided by R plus Ls. So this 1 divided by R plus Ls, I'll take in the transfer function. Okay, 1 divided by R plus Ls. 1 divided by R plus Ls, I'll take in the transfer function. So here there is a numerical where it's the same transfer function what you saw previously. So the resistance values and the inductance values is given here. So 1 plus 1 divided by R plus Ls. Okay. So what will be the transfer function? 1 divided by 1 plus, what will it be? 0.5s. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Follow? Okay. So this would be 1 divided by 1 divided by R is 1. R is 1 and L is 0.5. Okay. So first you need to put what?
0, sir, because S square is not.
No, those things you leave it. Whatever is there you put. So you need to put 0.5 here. Okay. So what is this 0.5? It is the inductance. L. L is the inductance. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Henry. Henry is the units. So 0.5 Henry. Okay. So here I have put 0.5 and 1. Why 1? Resistance
R is 1, sir.
R is 1. Okay. So if you apply, if you just make it bigger, you can see it is 0.5s plus 1. Okay. Now coming back to this. Okay. 1 divided by R plus Ls is done. V of S is nothing but this one. This is V of S. Okay. This is V of S, the voltage that you supply. Now you need to minus something. What is that? You need to minus K omega S. Okay. K omega of S. You need to subtract. So what you do for that is open the library browser, get a gain. Okay. Get a gain, and then you need to reverse this flip block. Okay. And then get a sum block. Get a sum block. So here it must be minus here, plus and minus. Okay. Apply that. Now if I connect this to this one, okay, and then I connect the voltage to this and this to the transfer function, what do I get? Say suppose what is the K value that we'll look at? It is a static DC gain. Okay, that is K. Okay, so 0.01. 0.01 is the K value here, 0.01. So 0.01. So what are you doing? This is, say this is voltage V. Okay. This is voltage V. Okay. Then this is what? 1 divided by R plus
R plus LS.
Ls. Okay. And this is K. Okay. So this must be what? K into omega. Okay. So omega must come from here. Okay. Omega must come from here. This will be K into omega. I'm just drawing. I'll do it in some time. K into omega. Okay. If you have it in series, you multiply. That's how, that is a rule, right? So K into omega. This comes here. K omega comes here. Okay. What is happening? V minus K omega into
1 by R plus
1 by
LS.
R plus Ls. This is what you're doing. Okay. This is equal to what?
I of S.
That is equal to I of S. Okay. So if you have this voltage as the input minus K times omega multiplied by this 1 divided by R plus Ls, we get the current. Okay. We get current. Now, how do you get torque? What is torque and current relation? Not able to follow. See, torque is equal to what?
KT into I.
So K into I. Okay,
Yes.
K is equal to KT. So just K. T is equal to K into I. Okay. So what should I do to get torque? I should multiply
With K, sir.
with K. Okay. Multiply K with the current. Okay. So current is here. Current is here. I'll multiply with K. Okay. So I'll do that now. So what do I want? I want a gain. Okay. So the value is 0.01. Okay. So I multiply that with this. So what am I getting over here? I'm getting
Torque, sir.
torque. Okay. So here it is current. Okay. Here what comes out here is current. What goes in here? It is V minus K omega.
K omega.
V minus K omega is what is going inside. Okay. Multiplied by 1 divided by R plus Ls, you get I. Okay. So if you multiply I with K, you get
Torque.
torque. Okay. So you get torque, and then from torque to omega, how do you do? We'll go back to the PPT. Just a second. So here, what is the relation here? Okay, so here, what we want is we have torque. Okay, we have torque, and what do we want? We want
Omega, sir.
omega. Okay, we want omega, but what is the relation? So here you see torque minus C omega is equal to J theta double dot. Okay, so what do you get?
Torque minus J theta double dot is equal to C omega, sir.
You have to relate with the moment of inertia there. Just a second.
డోర్ వేసుకోమరా సౌండ్ అండ్ డోర్ వేస్తాను మళ్ళీ తీసుకుంటాను ఫుల్ వేసుకో
Yeah. So how do you get omega from the J value? Yes.
Sir, what is the question, sir?
So you have got up till here. You have got the current, you have got the torque. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what else? What is the next thing that you want?
You want to get omega.
Omega. So how do you get omega? Torque is equal to, okay, torque is equal to, what is this? See here. So this is torque. K of S is the torque. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So here, if you multiply this K here, this becomes torque. K into I of S is torque. So
Yes.
it is equal to S into Js plus C into theta of S. S into theta of S is omega.
Omega. Yes, sir.
Omega. Okay. So if you multiply, so if you have to get omega, then what you have to do? You have to
Multiply with Js plus C.
no torque divided by
Js plus C.
C. Okay. So the equation is like this. Equation is like this. The K into I is torque. Okay. K into I is torque.
Yes, sir.
Divided by
Omega into Js plus C.
yeah, omega into S into theta of S is omega multiplied by Js plus C. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
But you need what? Omega.
Omega.
Okay. Torque divided by Js plus C. Okay. Omega is equal to torque divided by Js plus C. So this is what we'll do now. We know how to get the torque. Okay. We know how to get the torque. So what you do is,
You should add another transfer function, sir. 1 by Js plus C.
yes. So we'll do that now. So add the copy this transfer function over here, paste it over here, and then so if you see here, this would be what current. This is torque. Okay. Now what is this transfer function? It is js 1 divided by js plus c.
Js plus c.
So we'll look at the values now. J is moment of inertia of the motor of the rotor is 0.01 kg meter square. Okay, that is J, and then C is
Motor viscous friction constant.
okay, that is 0.1. Okay, 0.01 and 0.1. So what should I put here? 0.01,
0.01.
and this is 0.1. Okay, so this is 1 divided by Js plus C. Okay, so what are you getting finally?
Omega, sir.
Omega. Okay, so I'll add a scope. I'll add a scope. Okay, so this is the scope. Now what we'll be able to see is,
You should feed it back to this thing also, sir.
yeah, that is not done yet. I'll do that now. So this is omega. Okay, now take it here, feed back into this. Now this is K. Okay, probably this is not bigger in size, that's why it's not visible. Okay, this is both are equal K values. Okay, so this is what comes here. What comes here is K into
Omega.
omega. What goes from here is voltage. Okay, what comes here is 1 divided by R plus Ls. This is a transfer function, and then this is again K, and then this is 1 divided by Js plus C. Okay, 1 divided by Js plus C. So this is what makes the DC motor. Okay, so this is how you can model the DC motor instead of putting everything in one transfer function. If you divide like this, see, this is the electrical part, this is the mechanical part. Okay, and this is the K constant, this is the K constant. Okay, so what you're doing is you have two inputs, that is if you have to get the radians per second, you need two things, V minus K omega. But how do you get omega? You get from the output only. Okay, so you take a feedback from that, connect this here. So is this an open loop system or a closed loop system?
Closed loop, sir.
This is a closed loop system. Are you able to control the motor? Suppose for 1 volts I run this. Okay, I run this motor. What you get here is the omega. Okay, it's 0.1 radians per second. Now, are you able to control the DC motor?
No, sir, actually.
So is this a open
It's
loop?
an open loop system, sir.
It is an open loop system. Just because there is some feedback over here, it doesn't become a closed loop. Okay, for a closed loop system, you need to have some type of controller. Okay, so you have the voltage input, you have omega as the output. Any doubts in these things, from where we got these? Okay, here K into I is torque. Okay, K into I is torque. So T is equal to S into theta of S is omega. So T is equal to omega into Js plus C. So omega will be equal to T divided by Js plus C. That is nothing but T into 1 divided by Js plus C. So that is what we have written here. T into 1 divided by Js plus C. Okay, that will give you omega. So see why we divide like this is, if you want to know what is the current, then you can get to know the current. If you want to know the torque, you can get to know the torque. If you want to know the omega, you can know the omega. If you put everything into one, you can only get omega. Okay, you cannot get what is the current, what is the torque. So and also this is more uh, understandable. This is the electrical part, this is the mechanical part. Mechanical part means the rotor rotating, it has a moment of inertia, okay, it has some friction. So that is what is the mechanical thing. And what is the electrical part? The resistance and the inductance is the electrical part. So any questions in this? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, so you need to understand the derivation properly, only then you'll be able to understand these things. Okay, so now how do you develop a controller for this? What you need to do? Hmm? Can anybody answer? What? See, this is the voltage input. This is radians per second you're getting. Now, what I want is, I want a closed loop system with a PID controller. Okay. How do I do this for this motor?
So you have to add a controller, sir, before the
Before what?
transfer function.
Okay.
This whole this thing is the transfer function, right, sir? So you
Okay,
add a
I'll
controller.
delete this. I'll delete the input. Shall I delete this block? This block.
No, sir. You have to add a like,
You have to add a PID controller between that voltage and that summing point, sir.
Why do you need voltage on the left side when you are adding a controller?
Oh yes, sir. Don't need it.
What did I say? See, always when you have a feedback controller, what you see on the left side is having the same units as the
Yes, sir.
right
Right, sir.
side. Okay, so this side what you should give?
Omega, sir. The desired omega.
Desired output you should give. So I'll delete this. Okay, what I'll do, I'll put a PID controller. Okay, so I'll add a PID controller. Okay, to this, and then what should I do? I should have another summation block here, having the
Then you
negative
should
only.
feedback, sir.
Okay, and then
Omega should be
I
feedback.
need to have a gain here of unity feedback. So gain is 1. Okay, fine. Then take from the omega, that is the output, connect this to the this summation, this is negative here, connect to this. Then what else?
Input, sir. Desired input to the left of that
Okay,
summing.
I'll take a step input. Okay, I'll take the step input, keep it here. Now what is the units of this one?
Omega, sir.
Omega. Okay, so let me tune the PID controller. So just tune it. I'm using auto tune. Please don't use this. So you get the PID values over here. Just update the block. Okay. And say okay, and then run this thing. Okay. And then look at the scope. So it is what was the desired output? it was 1. So
One notice.
I'll change the step time to 0 itself. Final value, I'll say I want 10 radians per second. Okay, I want 10 radians per second. I'll run this. So the output is 10 radians per second. Okay, so any doubts in this? We have designed a, we have mathematically modeled a DC motor. Okay, that is the first thing we did, and then we added a PID controller for this thing, for the motor control. Okay, so this is the complete thing. So it is the PID control of a DC motor. Okay, so
Yes.
from here you get current, from here you get torque, from here you get omega. Okay, so if you want theta, what you do?
So we can calculate that, sir. We have omega value.
Yeah, you can just integrate that, you get theta. Okay,
Yes, sir.
1 by s, you multiply by 1 by s, you get theta. Fine. So any doubts in this? Any doubts? Any doubts? So what I have done is I have not simply taken something and asked you to do a PID controller. We have taken a meaningful example where this is the transfer function of the motor, okay, radians per second per volts. Given all these parameters, okay, design a PID controller for this. Okay, so this is what, and also design criteria are given, so you can apply these things. How do you get these things? Settling time less than 2 seconds, overshoot less than 5%, steady state error less than 1%. How do you take care?
Root locus editor, sir.
Yeah, root locus editor you can use. I have used the auto tune. You can use the root locus editor and get the values. Okay, kp, ka, and kd meeting the below criteria. Okay, so this is how you do it. And then what else can be done is, suppose I select this particular thing. Okay, and then say create subsystem. Okay, create subsystem. Now what it has done is it has created a subsystem. Okay, so what is this subsystem? So this is nothing but
Transfer function, sir.
this is nothing but your DC motor. Okay, so this is nothing but the DC motor. I'll just make it a little bigger. So what you see here is the motor. Okay, so here if you click here, you can say what your input is. Input is the voltage. Okay, input is voltage. Input is voltage, and output is you can say it as radians per second. Okay, omega. So you can see here that this has been updated. Okay, so it's the same thing, just to make it look smaller. Okay, so inside this the motor thing will be there. Okay, so this is how you can do this. Okay, suppose you are you don't want to see these things, you can use something like this and say this is what is a DC motor, and I can have a PID controller. Okay, so when you want to look at the details, you can go into look into the details of this motor, of how it is made. Okay, so this is creating a subsystem inside the whole thing. Okay, so this is an advantage in Simulink. Any questions? So you can even uh, have a image of the motor if you have. I had downloaded one image of, just a second. I just downloaded one DC motor image. Okay, so you can even have an pic of that motor and say this is what you are controlling with the PID controller. Okay, so this completes the DC motor thing. With this motor, what all you're getting? What are the outputs from this?
From DC motor, we can find I and torque, sir. Current and torque and omega.
Okay, so torque and current are proportional. Okay, so you need the information of torque and omega. Okay, how much torque the motor is getting, the motor is able to produce. Okay, and then the omega. These two things, if it is there, then you can add something. You can have say this is a DC motor. Now here you can have what can you have? You can have a car, you can have a drone. Okay, so these motors will give the input to those systems. Okay, and then you can have the feedback control. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that part we'll discuss later. Now, as of now, for today's class, you must have understood the DC motor thing. Okay, are you finding it difficult? Anybody finding it difficult? Yes.
No, sir, it's easy.
This is what we have done actually. If you see here, sorry. If you see here, it is 1 divided by Ls plus R. So this is K, Kt and Ke are equal, okay? And here you get current, here you get torque, here you get omega. If you integrate that, if you use 1 by S, you get theta, okay, in radians. So theta is the, what is this? What is this called?
Desired output.
Desired output. And you have the controller is sending the voltage to the motor is giving the rotation. Okay, so this block here we made as a subsystem. Okay, this is a subsystem and this is the total thing. Okay, so in that DC motor is a subsystem of that. Why we need to do all this? It will look clean. Okay, it will look clean if you suppose you have all the car dynamics as well. Okay, you want to control a car, then if you have the car dynamics or the drone dynamics, all those, then that will add up. Okay, and if everything is there in one screen, it will be looking very cumbersome. Okay, so in order to make it little look cleaner, we have the facility of making subsystems. Okay. Okay, we'll stop here. B section has the lab at 11:30. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.